Today I'll show you some guitar parts in the style of 80s R&B. Now you can hear this style of guitar playing in the music of the Gap Band, Chaka Khan, Tina Turner, and Luther Vandross, among others. The parts are not too difficult to play, but they are creative and they do satisfy the underlying goal, groove. The 80s guitar parts are interesting because they represent a departure from the old school R&B that you would find in the music of, let's say, Curtis Mayfield or Al Green, for example. And instead they present a new chapter of R&B guitar. One that was heavily influenced by the sounds of the times and played with processed guitar sounds such as chorus and compression. The tabs for all of the examples are found on my Patreon page, and you can check that out if it interests you. Okay, let's have a listen to the backing track, and then I'll show you and break down 4 different guitar parts that work on this groove. The first chord of the backing track is D minor 7. The second chord is E minor 7. And the last chord is A minor 7. So we are in the key of A minor, the D minor 7 being the 4 chord, the E minor 7 being the 5 chord, and the A minor 7 of course being the 1 chord. And the parts that we will create will either come from the global key, in other words, come from A minor, or they will be played over each chord individually. So an idea on D minor 7, an idea on E minor 7, and one last idea over A minor 7. Let's check out lick number 1. Alright, a great place to start with a groove like this would be a muted part or a bubble part. I chose to play this. This part, of course, is being derived from the global key. It's pretty much an A minor pentatonic part. And to create the muted sound, you lightly rest this part of your picking hand over the strings by the bridge. Without, with, so as I mentioned, the part comes from the A minor pentatonic scale. And you want to keep your strumming hand moving in 16th notes. And by doing this, you establish the groove, and when you want the notes to play, you simply apply pressure on the string. The second muted part again comes from the A minor pentatonic scale, but it starts on the note G. And again we accent the top of the chord by playing this double stop. The second half of the part looks like this. Again coming from the A minor pentatonic scale. Lick number 2 is an obvious place to go to. It's a funky rhythm guitar part in the style of Nile Rodgers. Now the idea here is to simply play these standard chord forms: D minor 7, E minor 7, and A minor 7. But when you strum, you want to highlight the top of the chord. So for D minor 7, I'm really only accenting the top 3 or 4 strings. Same thing for E minor 7. And same for A minor 7. Now a part like this does leave some room for some fills. So we'll often play things on the top 2 strings. Again, coming from the A minor pentatonic scale. Sometimes I will add the 4th below, just to give it an 80s vibe. Things like this work well as well. As do these hammer-ons. Here's lick 3. Now you may have difficulty hearing the chords going by, and that's because what I'm playing are the upper extensions of the chords. So on the D minor 7, I'm playing a C triad. So you're getting a C over D sound. Kind of a D minor 11. And then it moves here. That's going between D minor and C. Then we're on the E minor 7 chord, and I'm playing a G triad, which implies E minor 7. And that same G triad works over the A minor. Now it becomes a G over A. Lick number 4, the guitar plays a leading role and plays a melodic part. So these double stops here are outlining a D minor 9 chord. And I think of it as coming from an F major 7. Clearly coming from F. And on the E minor 7, I played these thirds, which again outlines E minor. On the A minor 7, a simple palm muted part. And the answer is again coming from a muted pentatonic part. Now, if you found this interesting, I recommend that you watch this video over here to keep learning more guitar playing in this same style.